Good morning, everyone. I am in Burlington, Vermont. I ended up coming in very, very late last night. Yesterday was a very long day. I took the train to Albany, New York. I had to wait a bit on the train. It was delayed by, I believe, 40 minutes. Got to Albany, New York. It was roughly around 6 o'clock at night, and I knew I was going to get to my Airbnb here in Burlington really late, and I'm renting a room inside someone's apartment. So I didn't want to wake them up making a lot of noise when I came in. So I went to the restroom at the train station in Albany and went ahead and took my makeup off, washed my face, brushed my teeth, basically got ready for bed, except for taking out my contacts, so that once I got to the Airbnb, I could just take out my contacts and crash. I was so tired. The bus in Albany ended up being, we ended up leaving like about 40 minutes late. The whole day, everything was late and getting pushed back and back. Apparently there was an Amtrak train that had 11 people that were supposed to be on the bus, and the train was running late. So we waited for them. Even once all of the passengers got onto the bus, I still had enough room where I had the seat empty next to me. So I started trying to take a nap on the bus. Luckily I was kind of able to wad myself into a ball and lay down on the two seats together and try to get some sleep. Once we got to going and we were into Vermont, the lower part of Vermont, the bus driver made an announcement. He pulled over and there was an Amtrak train that broke down, and some of the passengers that were on that train were stranded in the middle of nowhere. So we ended up picking up a bunch of those passengers. Luckily it didn't fill the bus all the way up, and I was still able to keep my two seats together. However, the people that were sitting behind me on the bus were talking at full volume, and I ended up, kind of saying something to them in the end. I waited until we were about 30 minutes from our stop. I should have said something earlier, but I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, can you please whisper, because people are trying to sleep." And I wasn't the only one sleeping. I mean, it was 1 a.m, and they were like very rude. They said, "Well, we're almost there, so what does it matter?" So I didn't get much sleep on the bus. I ended up taking the bus all the way to Union Station here in Burlington. The bus driver asked me where I was going. I gave him the address, and he's like, "Oh, I'll just take you to it." So it was really nice. I mean, he had this huge, like, Greyhound size tour bus that he drove me straight to my Airbnb and dropped me off right at the door. So very thankful for that, because by the time I got there it was like 1:30, 1:45 in the morning. Got in and crashed. This morning I slept in. My body is very sore from trying to sleep on the bus, so I took my time getting ready. I walked through the Church Street Market, and they have a lot of little shops through there, local places to eat. It's really nice. It's a very nice, quiet area. I ended up getting breakfast at Henry's Diner. This is considered downtown Burlington where I'm at, and there's a lot of different eating and shopping options here, but I wanted to eat at a hole-in-the-wall dive place, because to me those are the places that have the best food. And I wasn't wrong. They had great food at Henry's Diner. And then I decided to walk down to the water. This downtown area is very walkable, not far. I think maybe it was like 4-5 blocks from the diner. Not far at all. Once I got down here to the water, I found this building here. It is the Echo, the Vermont's Science and Nature Museum. Went in there, talked to them. I'm like, what is this place? Because I haven't really planned anything on this trip for Burlington except going to the Church Street Market. It's basically a science museum slash aquarium. For adults, it's $18. Kids, there's different prices. Students and seniors, different prices. But it's $18. They have a lot of really cool little aquariums set up of local animals, turtles, snakes, various animals. And then they have a lot of little science experiments that you can do while you're here, which I actually had fun doing. But in addition to that, you can come out on this terrace, which is where I'm at right now, and you can look out over Lake Champlain. So I'm going to turn the camera around here. So this is Lake Champlain. It's very peaceful here. And if you can see, going that way, there's like, it says City of Burlington. I know you probably can't really read the sign from here, but going along this way is the waterfront park, and it goes for quite a ways. So my plan is to go through this museum and then head down the water and walk along the edge of the water. In this museum, they do have 4 3D movies that you could choose from, or if you wanted to do all 4 of them, it's an additional $5 for the movie. I was going to do, they have one for sharks in 3D. I thought that'd be kind of cool, but it's not until 2:30, and right now it is 1:06. So I don't really see myself staying here until another hour and a half, but if I do, I'll see the show. But otherwise, and I will say, the guy said that if I needed to, since I have my ticket, I can hold on to it and I can leave and come back. So I might do that. But my plan is just to walk around Burlington, go down through the park today, check it out, and just relax. So I am sitting at what's called the Battery Park here in Burlington. It kind of overlooks the water behind me, and I'll turn the camera around. There's this cute little playground area here. It's a great place to come and take pictures. Wanted to shoot kind of, I guess, probably going to be my final video for today. When I left the Science Museum and Aquarium, I started walking down the waterfront there and realized, ambulance going by, realized that there wasn't too much down there. So I turned around and came back, and I saw that they had a boat cruise. So went up there, asked them about the prices and what all it was. Turns out that they have multiple cruises, but the one that they were about to have, it was going to be in 15 minutes from when I got there, was the like narrative cruise. It lasts about an hour and a half, and it was only $34. If you wanted to, you could buy food and drinks. I ended up having a drink on the cruise. It was very relaxing. If they had had a bench, I probably would have fallen asleep. It's a nice little cruise around Lake Champlain. It's on the Ethan Allen boat, or the Ethan Allen 3, I think it is. Lasts an hour and a half. Very relaxing. You won't get seasick on it. It's very smooth. They have a couple of different decks on the boat where you can sit and get different views. You can sit at the front or the back or in the middle, whichever you want, or if you wanted to, you could get up and move around, which I did. It was a nice little treat to be able to take the cruise ship out onto the lake, which is quite large, and see Burlington from the water view. Came back. Now I will say, to get to the water, it is kind of a steep decline to get to the water, but once you leave the water, it's a hike to get back up. But I went back to Church Street, ended up getting some nachos at, what is this place called? I have to look on my phone. It is called El Cortijo, and got some nachos there to kind of fill me up for the night. I wasn't terribly hungry, but I knew I wanted something to eat. But the nachos were good. Walked back through Church Street, came down here to the Battery. I am very tired. I would imagine this whole trip combined, I've probably walked about 30 miles in a week, so I'm very tired. Kind of glad that it's the end of the trip and ready to go home, but it has been a great trip. I've met so many amazing people along the way and got to see some really cool things. But I'm going to head back to my Airbnb, take a much needed shower, and then just relax for the night. Right now it is 5:14, so it's kind of early, but I want to get back, take a shower, get myself situated, and just relax for a while. Tomorrow I'll get up and I will get some breakfast before heading to the airport. But I'll be getting home kind of late tomorrow night, so I want to be good and rested for that. But I would recommend definitely coming to Burlington. I wish I could have gone to Montpelier, but I am glad that I did get to spend a good amount of time here in Burlington to check that out. Got another bag of souvenirs here. Gotta add it to my other giant bag of souvenirs. I'm gonna call it a night and take a shower and just relax. And I will see you guys tomorrow.